This video is brought to you by Artistworks. Artistworks are part of Truefire Studios, and they offer direct access to master musicians through their innovative online learning platform. Partnering with iconic musicians, they've crafted decades of industry experience into guided paths of online lessons. Crucially, there's an option to get personal feedback tailored specific to your playing via their unique video exchange. Get direct guidance towards your playing goals. You can use the code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of Artistworks courses. I've sort of set about on this channel having a bit more of an open mind to certain things and trying to experiment with pieces of gear that I do have. And part of that is that I play in a function band pretty much most weekends through the summer. And in that band we play anything from Bruno Mars to Mr. Brightside to Living on a Prayer, like all of the fun stuff that I really like to play as a guitarist, and some of the not so fun stuff. But so it's now got to the stage where we're all pretty comfortable playing the material, and I'm quite comfortable with setting up the PA. So I carry the PA in my car and do the sound and stuff. So I'm relatively comfortable with the setup, getting that done in time. And previously to this, basically for about the last year, I've just used the HX Stomp XL into the Henriksen Bud and then into a cab. I've done videos on that. The cab is an EV speaker in a Mesa Boogie open back. So that stuff is all in the car still. But I wanted to try taking this tube amp out. I played around with it earlier in the week, did a video on it, you know, asking maybe I'm missing out on some of these things. And that's what I'm feeling like. I'm confident that I could be absolutely fine using the HX Stomp XL, but what's the point in having these things if I never take them out of the house? So this is a matchless Lightning clone, so about 20 watts, I think, but quite a loud 20 watts. It's got 6v6s in power section instead of the EL84. This was built by Rift Amps for a joke because basically the knobs go backwards, so it was like a left-handed amp, and then the head shell was built by Zilla. I've found that once you go digital, it's difficult to go back. So what I've got here is a bit of a hybrid setup. So I'm going from basically the JHS Angry Driver into the Keeley-Tone workstation. So those are going to be my gain stages, and then into the HX Stomp. On the HX Stomp, basically I've got a delay, another delay, and a reverb, and then a split so that the send goes to the front of the amp, and then inside the HX Stomp, basically it's going to go into a Dumble clone and into a cab, and that will go to front of house. Because basically when you use an additional microphone on stage, it's called this thing number of open mics, you can get increased feedback. So if I can avoid taking a microphone to mic up the amp, that's probably a good thing. I couldn't find the stuff that I need for a pedal board, so I haven't got any Velcro or anything, so I'm going to have to go Wayne Krantz style or 14-year-old John style and kind of just plug these things in. But I'm looking forward to seeing if there is something that I've been missing out on. I'm just going to run you through the rig now. But this, for me, it had to be convenient. It had to be portable. I used the Mesa Boogie Mark 525 on some gigs about a year ago, and I found that with that, I found things maybe a little bit barky, and a little bit difficult to really get tones that I was uber happy with out of. Especially when I compared to like what the Mesa Boogies in the Helix are like, it was like, well, maybe it's not doing that much of a thing. So instead, what I'm thinking, maybe a single channel tube amp with a couple of drive pedals that I like. So the Boss Angry Driver, that distortion side is pretty cool. The Keeley Tone workstation is really versatile. And then the delays, which I'm less bothered by, frankly. It's more important that they're easily programmable and can work with the tap tempo. That can all be handled by the Helix. This is how it's working. Let me know your kind of live rig, if you've got one that is doing an interesting hybrid thing, or maybe you're an all pedals amp person. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. I'm going to gig the Tele, or take the 2 Twattercasters out tonight, because why not? So that's going to be the rig. Wish me luck. I'll try and get some video of it. This is the basic clean. So on the HX Stomp XL, I'm running the Grammatico, so kind of Dumble. In front of it, I've got reverb, and then that reverb also goes in front of the Matchless Lightning clone. So you just get this basic thing with the Tele. And at all times, this pushes plus 3 dB into the HX Stomp on the volume expression pedal, or plus 6 into the amp. If I need a volume boost, so potentially like if I wanted kind of like this. Kind of semi-driven sound, but louder, then I could do that. Over here we also have a delay and then a dotted thing. So that's what the HX Stomp is handling. I think for me, that kind of does a really good job, because I have the HX Stomp handling the front of house stuff, and I can show you a little bit of a comparison. So this is kind of the HX Stomp, and then this is the amp, all with drive. Okay, so that's, the amp is set clean. This JHS Angry Driver, I really like the sound of this. So this is like a Marshall in a box, as well as a Boss Blues driver. But at the moment, because I don't have a non-momentary switch, I don't have the ability to change the setting. So I've just got it running the Crunch box, and then if I wanted the Boss, I'd just do this, and then. But that's probably not miles away from what the Blues Breaker is doing on the Keeley workstation. So I'll probably use this in the crunch mode for most of it. I got the drive there up about kind of at 2 o'clock, the tone just under halfway, in the level at about 10 o'clock. So that's giving me my rhythm tone. I could have that boosted. I've got a compressor here, so without. So particularly on the neck pickup, you go from. That might be a bit extreme. I might back it off from there a bit. Yeah, there's a treble switch there, so that's why it's a bit more extreme. So that could do that job. Probably won't use that much. Then Blues Breaker in the middle. kind of a bit more of a mild drive, and then tube screamer at the end. And then I think for lead tones, I'll either just do this. I just need to double check that my balance is going to be right. That might be a route that I go down using the compressor, so that I don't have this thing where sometimes the clean tones are quieter than the drive tones. I think that about covers what's going on the board.